Hi everyone and welcome to the Rice Project here at B Arts. My name is Aaliyah and in today's video we are going to be making some really easy but delicious stovetop naans. As always, I will be wiping down and clearing out my kitchen area that I will be using before I start the cooking process, so that when I have actually managed to cook my naans, I can enjoy them much quicker than having to clean up after the whole cooking process. Now enough of me and the talking, let's get down to business. So to make these amazing stovetop naans, you don't actually need a lot of ingredients. What you will be using is self-raising flour and Greek yogurt, a pinch of salt and a little bit of oil to fry your naans in. Now here you can see I've placed my flour in a large bowl. I will then add the salt and also the yogurt, and then I will start to mix it. Now at first I'll be mixing it with a spoon, but once I get into it I will find it easier to start kneading with my hands. Now of course, if you don't want to knead with your hands, maybe you've got an issue where you can't use your hands, or maybe your knuckles hurt, whatever the reason it may be, you can use a spoon to help along with the kneading process. Now as you mix the dough, you'll notice it's going to look like this. It's going to look a bit messy, and if you're not used to doughs, you may be wondering how this is going to come together. Now this is where your creativity will step in, because if the mixture is extremely wet, you will need to add a little bit more flour in to bring it all together and make a dough ball. So you will see I'm now going to stir this, bring it all together, and then afterwards I find my dough was a bit too wet, so I add a little bit more flour, and that's absolutely fine. And once I'm able to bring all the dough together into a ball, my actual naan dough is ready. And then I move on to the next step. I've placed my ball of dough onto a floured board and I'm now going to cut it into individual portions. So I'm going to actually make 8 with my actual dough, but if you wanted to make larger naans you could make 4 larger ones, but I want to make some small ones because I do prefer smaller individual ones to share out. Here you can see me sprinkling on a little bit more extra flour to stop the actual dough from sticking to the board and sticking to my hands. Now my hands are nice and clean, so that's not going to be a worry. And also, like I said before I even start to cook, I've actually wiped down all surfaces and made sure everything's nice and clean. Here you can see me rolling out the dough to create the naan. I will roll one side, flip it over and repeat the process. You want quite a thin naan because it will puff up when you're actually frying it because you're using self-raising flour which has raising agents in there. So we don't want it too thick because we also want it to be able to cook quickly because it will be cooked in a pan on the stove. And I'm going to basically repeat the process with the remaining dough. So I will be continuing to spread out the dough with my hands, then roll it out with a rolling pin, and then I'll place them on a plate or a tray, whatever I've got handy, until I'm ready to actually fry them and cook them. Once I've created my naans, I'll be taking a large pan, which you can see here, placing it on the heat, adding 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of oil, and I will then add my naan into the pan. I will then fry it on a low to medium heat until golden brown, and then turn it over and repeat the cooking process. I recommend that you check your naan a few times during the cooking process so that you're able to see when it starts to become golden brown, because you don't want to burn it, you just want it to be lightly golden brown. I'm now going to flip my naan over and cook it again on the other side until nice and lightly golden brown. And once I've done that, I will repeat the process of cooking the remaining naans. And there you have it, guys, you've got your very own stovetop naans that are ready to serve. These naans are really easy to customise, so if you wanted to add a little bit of chilli flakes or things to the dough, you can do, just to give it a bit of variation. And that's the video complete. We hope you've enjoyed watching as much as we've enjoyed making these videos for you. And until the next video, guys, take care and we hope to see you soon. Bye.